My man, one pillow a day.
Nah, shout out to the homie PK from around the way, man, knocking it down every day. And we also got Miss Sweet right here as well to help us do this thing, the machine behind the machine. We're gonna do our thing. Now, she brought a great topic to us that actually is a continuation in a sense of something else that we spoke about. But this one's a little bit more controversial. All right. Miss Sweet, you want to go ahead and give us a little introduction to what's going on?
It's the Karmelo Anthony and um, Austin Metcalf trial. Two teenage boys, 17, at a track meet, and one ends up fatally stabbed inside of a track team tent, and the court case.
Okay. Now, I think TK and myself have been trying to follow, and I think even you trying to follow it. Uh and so all I can really do is speak about what I know, right? Uh the details of the case that I know from the jump. I don't know really or if they're I think they're currently in court, but they're not at the conviction state right now.
They have been in court. They were even in court on a Saturday, which is unheard of.
Yeah,
The judge wants to get this like,
yeah. Speeding trap.
yeah, but like
Which I don't like.
it also is like the only things we know about it are
Yeah.
things that we're learning secondhand. We're not even really learning it from the actual like news outlets. Like most of what we're learning from social media.
You know what? You
And
brought that to me the other day and said that they not allowing cameras and stuff like in there.
mhm.
Now, my opinion about that is I get both sides of why you wouldn't want to bring in cameras because they call it a media circus. You dig what I'm saying? It's already a media circus on the outside. It's hard to keep focus on the case at hand when you have cameras flashing, everybody in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of agree with that. Because yeah, we want to know what's going on, but we only want to know what's going on for the court of public opinion. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like he's in there by himself with no representation and shit. You feel me? I could understand if it was like, oh, keep the cameras out so we can fuck this nigga over. It's not like that. You did what I'm saying? It's more to keep the commotion on the outside and not in the inside. You feel me? So I can fuck with that to a degree. It only fucks up these media cycles, right? So because we're getting information secondhand. Now, quick rundown of what I know. Um, and I'm gonna say what's speculation and what I know hard facts. Speculation is Carmelo was being picked on by these individuals, right? Spearheaded by Metcalf. Am I saying his name right? Metcalf or Metcalf? And I don't want to disrespect him because RIP to this young man. He lost his life. This is not a kind of spill on his grave situation. We just want to see what's really going on, right? So, in my opinion, well, now let me finish that. I heard that they were picking on him. This was an ongoing thing, and this is what prompted him to have a weapon to protect himself. Now, where it gets murky is because I'm hearing so many different versions of this thing, very close to similar to each other, but there's details that shifted. Like, did he approach Metcalf, or did they? Because I heard one version where he got jumped, right, and then it became a like strike the shepherd, the sheep are scattered situation, where Metcalf was the spearhead of the jumping, and he's the one who got poked, right? Then I heard it was a one on one, right? Where Metcalf was talking ish or bullying or whatever, doing his normal bullying thing to Carmelo, and Carmelo had that thing that day, right? Um, then I heard the worst version, which is more for the not the defense but the prosecution, where he came premeditated, like I'm sick and tired of this shit, and when I see this nigga, I'm poking, right? That's the version they're selling, right? And you can hear me, TK? You good?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So all these versions have some merit to them, and so here's what I'm gonna do, right? Let's say it was, and I'm gonna go from the worst to the least. Let's say it was I came there, weapon ready, and I see this motherfucker in its on site, right? Now, if that's the case, they do have premeditated because you had to plan to have the weapon. You had to plan to when you see him, it's going to be on site, right? So that would be premeditated murder. Even if it was an accidental poking, it would still be second degree or some kind of manslaughter, right? But let's say it was the second thing where I have been bullied by you guys, right? I have been beat up and all this shit, and I'm gonna say this: we grew up in a generation where sometimes our parents would be like, "Yo, like let's say you being bullied and shit," they'll be like, "Hey, you ain't going out like that." They'll give you a screwdriver or something like you feel me? Like you feel me? That's where that strike the shepherd, the sheep are
Oh,
scattered shit.
yeah, that happened to me.
It's-
That exact scenario happened to me.
Yeah,
My mom gave me a knife.
right.
You
You feel what
for real?
I'm saying?
But I was like, I was in the fourth grade. I was in the fourth grade. Look, I was in the fourth grade. She gave me a knife, told me to go finish that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her like, you crazy? I'm not doing that. I'm gonna stab him. You want me to kill him? I'm not killing him. I'm fighting. I'm fighting.
Bumble
I'm not
clock. She like
killing him.
bumble clock. Get your Roscoe's ass out of here and get this shanking.
Hey, hey, she scared me, bro.
Shout out to
I'm
Mama
in fourth
TK
grade,
too. Shout out to Mama TK.
bro. Fourth grade. I'm not killing this man. I'm just keep fighting.
Yeah.
Even though it's a jump and they jump me, I'm still not gonna stab nobody in the fourth grade.
But see, that's why your ass ain't with the goddamn shots in Jamaica right now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They like, no, this nigga want to save
Hey,
motherfucker. They like, no, nigga, we gonna cut the head off this snake right now. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Nah, but
hey,
right.
I'll do worse as a grown adult. But at fourth grade, you want me to take somebody's life? At fourth grader, I'm not
She was
taking
like, fuck the
somebody's
porch,
life,
nigga.
man.
Jump off the bed right now. Jump off the porch right now. Bomba clock.
Yeah,
Ross Platt, come back here, Terry.
yeah,
I can't. My patois horrible, nigga. Don't.
man. What?
But nah, I feel you.
I was shocked at the behavior that day.
Yeah, you was shocked, nigga, because you didn't know how deep your mama run. But we ain't gonna speak about all that shit. You feel me? But that's a
Yeah.
great. That's the example I'm talking about. We came up in a generation where some of us was taught like that. Like you're not gonna come home and just take that L because we know how life works, right? And it's so great that you said that story because that really does go even connecting to this, right? Let's say his family, and this was in Texas, I believe, right?
I
Sweet.
think so.
So imagine his daddy, or because he has a full family. Like this is not a brother that's like without a family. So his daddy could have even been like, these motherfuckers keep fucking with you. Next time this motherfucker fuck with you, you feel what I'm saying? And it could have been like that. You feel me? And on one aspect, it's like at least he didn't bring a gun. At least he didn't do, because a knife can kill, but you don't think of that immediately. You think knife as self defense in many cases. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you just
Hey, look comment. Look at the comment section. Dominic
about
says
his
they
ancestors.
need to up the size and weight of Austin and his brother. They were
They need to
known
bring
bullies.
us
What do you
to
think of that?
seven. Now, okay, because Metcalf was stockier, like he was stronger. He was like what I mean, like he was, and Carmelo is smaller. Now, here's the fucked up thing in life, right? There's some skinny motherfuckers that are killers out here. Killers out here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They got no hands for nothing,
yeah.
but they'll murder you. You feel me? Now, in this scenario, you do have, and that's why I say at least he brought the knife, like in a self-defense manner, because in this situation, you have the bigger person who supposedly been bullying and had his crew, you know what I mean? The other white guys, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make this just a race thing because, yeah, I'm not trying to just make it a race thing, but you had his circle who are bullying this dude. These are football players, track players, you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of us played football and did track after. You feel what I'm saying? To keep up your speed, conditioning, and shit like that. So you still a brolic motherfucker. You feel me? You still in the weight room. You still banging and slanging. You feel me? And Carmelo was not that. You did what I'm saying? So I would imagine if this is what's going on and you going home and your people know about this, we ain't taking that shit no more. You feel me? They're probably even looking at it at home as if this is a racial based issue, being so deep in Texas, being so deep in the South, and this being a white crew beating up you. You feel me? And we don't know if there's a reason, but it could be for no reason. Sometimes wolves just pick on the weak, and sometimes they tell this lie like if you don't fight back, or they'll just nah. Sometimes wolves will eat the sheep that try to run. You feel me? For real. That's
Yeah.
just like that Asian dude in the last story we talked about. Brother was running, you feel me? And the wolf in him chased him down. You see what I'm saying? So
Look, got a participant that says, in order for self-defense to be legal, the force used must be equal to the threat that didn't happen here. He is going to jail. That's what FC TV says.
he still brought a knife. Okay, and Sweet made a great note as well, and I think that might go. But give me 1 second to look at it. In order for self-defense to be legal, the force used must be equal to the threat that don't happen here. It didn't happen here. He's going to jail. Unfortunately, he might be right. And in Sweet's point, she said he still brought a knife to a fist fight, right? And so this is where he still brought a knife to school. So all right, to a school event, yes. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure you know, like I know, there's kids that brought knives to school, guns to school, and the resource officer locked them up and they got locked up. You feel what I'm saying? For real. So he was already
Yeah.
gonna go to jail for that. You feel me? If he got caught with the knife, period. Right? Bringing a knife to a fist fight, I don't know, man. Like I say, that's why these details matter. That's why they say the devil's in the details. Because let's just say, for just hypothetical reasons, right? Let's say he was getting bullied and he has to go to school. Like black parents is not like, yo, you gonna sit at home. Nah, you gonna say, no, you're going to school, and we're gonna tell you, fuck this motherfucker up. You feel me? And some parents would say, that's why I say strike the shepherd, the sheep are scattered. Because I'm taught, fuck the jump. Get the motherfucker who said it. Right? This would be Metcalf. Get that motherfucker. They went to a different school. Did they go to a different school?
They went to different schools.
Okay.
The whole thing was he was in their school's tent. No, I
Hey,
mean, like, I'm
So
trying
so
to
so
say
di-
that
so okay
they
so
went to different
so
schools.
do we
So
know any information? Because this is what's going to help us move forward. Is there any information that tells us something prior to like the prior history? Because if
that's
they
what I'm
went to
saying.
two
I wish
schools,
that we could see inside of the courtroom and see what's going on.
right,
Because the only things that I will speak on are the
right.
things that both sides have spoken on.
And the messed up part
Because
about the mass media, like Fox and NBC and even CNN, right? Those are two different
yeah.
separate political things. But
Hey, let's answer some of the questions. We have some questions. The first one, Pat
actually,
OD said it was Austin who was defending himself from Carmelo. What you think about that?
Austin. All right. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna answer this without saying choosing a real side. I'm gonna pose two things. One, I'm gonna go back to, let's say he did. Let's say he came there and he did. And this goes to that theory where I was saying the third one, where like now it's on site. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I see you was on site, which is a possibility. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
he would be guilty. Unfortunately. Because even though you might have been to your tipping point, like, next time I see this motherfucker, my family said, don't take no more shit. I ain't taking no more shit. You will be guilty because it's premeditated. You grabbed the knife, you knew when you saw him, it's gonna be on site, and you used the knife. You feel me? You would be even guilty of just assault by running up on him and saying, yeah, last time, motherfucker. You feel me? Because it wouldn't be looked at as mutual
Erica.
combat. Say what?
Now, Erica, she said Austin brought the guns. So why they not speaking on that?
Austin brought
That's what Erica
guns.
said.
I know. See that. See,
yeah,
that's information that I didn't know about. Is Erica? If you're there, is that true? Where did you get that source from? Where'd you get that information from? At least he didn't get punked by those white boys. Uh, See, don't I
Prison
fuck with you
punches.
on the first part, but like don't say that he gonna get punked in prison because on some real shit you don't know that because this is such a racial tension issue, and if you know anything about prison, It ain't like that, bro. There's politics in there, and he might be covered by the Muslims. He might be covered by the brother. He might be covered by certain like you don't like for real, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a white black issue. You did what I'm saying? What?
Even if the roles were reversed.
Oh no! If the roles were reversed,
And
the brother, the other brotherhood would cover him. You know what I'm saying? If Metcalf was the aggressor, the other brotherhood would cover him. You know what I'm saying? So that prison shit,
Hey,
that's a good thing. I
FC,
think you're talking out your neck with that.
FC, FC says bringing the knife to school was irrelevant. The issue is that the knife was used. What you think about that?
No, the knife is not irrelevant because it goes to premeditation. When you're getting dressed, and let's say the knife is on the dresser, and you're getting dressed, you're putting your pants on, shirt on, hat on, all that shit, backpack, and then you're walking out the room, and then you turn back and be like, "No, let me get our knife." Boom.
Not even just a knife that could have killed a deer.
What I get you. I'm just saying, you bring a knife, you intentionally brought the knife, and just bringing a knife alone is premeditation. You feel me? Because you had to have the thought process. A lot of times when we want to justify something, we want to act as if there's not a domino that connects to a domino. It's always the first domino that you have to look at. So the thought to bring the knife is premeditation, right? So when you bring it and then you use it, now you in a different realm. You feel what I'm saying?
Kitty, hey Kitty Cadillac, explain yourself. Exactly what?
You
And
know,
treat visual. He's not going to prison. State your reason why. And back to you, Erica. Erica said he posted on social media that he dared one of them monkeys to come track, meet, and showing guns. What you got to say to that, bro?
see, I didn't know that. Now, see, and this is why Sweet, our producer, wanted to say, like, I wish we could be
Did
inside.
the producer know this?
No, she
Did the
didn't.
producer know it?
No, because
Okay,
she's been trying to research. Because like, what the problem is, we don't have enough of current stuff that's happening inside the courtroom. We
got
get
you.
a second hand of what they release. You did what I'm saying?
'Cause I was
So
about
we
to
don't know.
say, I was about to say, get up and the producer sit there so she can have 101 with Erica
Oh yeah, yeah. No, fuck that. Ain't nobody taking my goddamn seat. But but no,
ass.
but no, real shit. We did look into that, and that's the reason why I appreciate Miss Erica for dropping that information because a lot of stuff you have to really look hard for, and I didn't know that. And if that's the case, that's going to go into the defense. The defense is going to use that as the reason for the self defense, for bringing the knife, for the protection. And this is how if the defense is smart, this is how they could do it. They could say, and they could use the analogy or the metaphor of like, you're in a neighborhood, you are constantly being assaulted or potentially being mugged, and even a woman would have a weapon on her person just in case because of the danger that may be imminent. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's premeditated murder is protection of yourself, right? So then they could use that if what Erica is saying. If this guy is posting videos of guns, calling people monkeys, this, that, and the third, now it's going to a racial based thing. It's going to a immediate or imminent threat, right? Right, or what baiting to or indicating a potential threat. So then a smart person will protect themselves. But then it goes to how did
Uh,
the actual altercation happen?
right. Let's continue with some of these questions. And a lot of these questions, just to let y'all know, some of them Facebook is blocking it, but you able to speak freely here. So I'm unblocking it so it can show, so we can talk about it, even if it's coming off as this or that. So back to you,
I'll
SKC
curb my
says,
tongue.
why do black, huh?
I'll curb
Why
my
do black
tongue.
people defend murderers, bro? You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
She said, why do black people defend murderers just because of their skin color? You folks want a Civil War 2.0.
You said why do black people defend murderers just of skin color?
Doesn't that happen in every
Yeah.
race, though?
No, it doesn't happen.
Oh,
Like
no,
like
I'm
sweet.
sorry. Like, if the roles were reversed, if the roles were reversed and it was the other way around, do we not think that there would have been the same reaction from not necessarily every white person, but you'd have your white people that use this for their.
Yes and no. And I'll give an example of no. Right. Uh, there. First thing that came to my mind was like the Epstein thing. Right. But just look. There's sometimes how I look at white people. I'm gonna just be honest. They separate themselves from white folks and then white trash. Right. So what I'm saying is, when you are dead to right on murdering, they don't sit there and be outside like you're free.
I'm not talking about dead to right to murdering. I'm talking about this case in particular.
When
Do
it's
you not
racially
think a
based.
certain clientele
Oh yeah, certain
like
demographic, but absolutely.
demographic, thank you,
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for, would not have come out the exact same way,
Hmm.
would not have come out and had the same reaction.
Yeah, I'm sure they are even right now. Still,
So
like because there's protests and then there's anti-protests. You feel me?
Mhm.
That's going against the Carmelo support. So I'm sure and absolutely. But to answer that question, we do have, and I'm just gonna be real. We do have a toxic thing in our community where we tend to want to free what we call the real. You know what I'm saying? And we'll say it like, yo, free the real, free my nigga doing life. You know what I'm saying? Free. What you laughing at?
I tried to hold it in, man.
But that shit's real though. It's real as shit. We
It
do that.
is. It is.
We do that.
Hey,
We do that.
hey,
Like,
my homie D murdered. Let me choose my word correctly. Murdered two
yeah.
people, and I want him free. I want free right now. He been gone for way too
That's
long.
why
He
the fuck
been
you was
12
laughing.
years
See,
already.
that's what I'm saying though. But and look, watch what you just said. You even though you curved your shit, you know what you know. And knowing what you know, we still got love with them niggas. And it's like, yo, free my nigga. But real shit, but her point is, if we know what we know, shouldn't we separate from that evil? And it's real. And many times, just in general, we do support the lowest of what should be of our culture and raise it as the highest. You feel what I'm saying? We throw parties for our niggas when they come
Yeah.
home from prison. You know what I mean? Like, but shouldn't you be on punishment for going to prison? Like no, like why? Like we celebrating that you home, that you survived prison. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's the thing we should have, but we don't have that. You feel me? And we'll
Yeah.
put money in their pocket. We'll get them set back up for life, and that's cool. But we we have a toxic trait in our culture, man. We do. We have a willful blindness in our culture, a willful amnesia sometimes in our culture. And I know I'm a hypocrite right now, but I'm just telling the fucking truth. I'm telling the fucking truth. And I know I'm being a hypocrite, but I'm being honest. You feel me? Some niggas that we know
Yeah.
that's locked the fuck up need to be locked the fuck up. Some niggas is like for real.
Hey,
For,
when you was out there shooting niggas, did you think you needed to be locked up?
no, I never. Nobody ever thinks that shit. Nobody ever thinks that shit because every time. Now listen, because when you in the midst of shit, you think this. You think what you doing is for a cause, and the ends justifies the means. That's what you tell yourself.
Yeah.
You tell yourself it's all principle. You tell yourself it's because of this or that, and that becomes the reason. But when you actually have a real conversation with a real person, especially let you get locked up and you sitting with the brothers, you know what I'm saying? That a real
Yeah.
dude, but they really like they like analyze their crime. They analyze what's going on.
When you say brothers, what do you mean?
I'm
The
talking about the
Muslims?
Muslim brothers. I'm talking about like Muslim brothers, the brotherhoods.
I hated them motherfuckers when I was locked up. Boy, I hated them motherfuckers.
Well, you had a
But
reason.
this
You
is
got a
story.
whole story behind your shit. You know what I'm saying? But that nigga
Yeah, we're
saved
gonna
your
talk
life
about that
though.
another day.
That nigga saved your
Huh?
life though. That nigga saved your life
That's
though.
because I saved his life. Because I saved his life. Think about what would
Fact.
have happened if I would have. We ain't gonna say too much, but we're gonna bring that story out for another day. But look, we made a lot of comments, so I'm gonna go back a little bit to Kitty
And
Cadillac for
pause
telling the
real
people
quick.
hit the thumbs
I
up
think it's
button.
weird that you just said that shit about me on camera. That was weird. I don't like that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell
What
about you,
what happened?
TK. What? What
What happened
happened?
to you on
Yeah,
camera?
what?
What I
Never
say?
mind. Nothing. We'll talk about it afterwards. Go ahead. Don't get me to telling your
Man, these
story, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, TK was.
hell no. I
But
had to
go
get
ahead,
you
man.
back from the other live. But look, what's her name? Kitty Cadillac. She said, "Go ahead and hit that like button. We appreciate you for rocking with us. Let's
Thank you
get
so
some of
much.
these.
Showing the love.
You think
Yeah,
brothers are
yeah.
going to
All
protect Kerry in
right.
prison? This one dude, Irv Gotti 77 said it. I do. I do. Because of the fact that this is such a racially based thing. Win or lose, he's gonna be covered. And if he goes to prison, he's gonna be protected to a degree. I just hope they don't try to exploit him and make him be down with something that he don't need to be down with. You feel me? But I think he's gonna be protected, well protected. You know what I mean? Well
Yeah,
protected.
Zach said, "Are you guys black?" Hey, I'm Chinese. Can't you tell? Let's see.
Hold on. Let me get what the fuck you at. Hold on, nigga. What? Zach said what?
Are you guys black? You
Are
must be
are we
blind. I'm obviously Chinese.
okay, nigga? I can't. Did he ask if we're black?
Yeah, he can't tell the difference between Chinese and black. Obviously Chinese.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
No, because you chinky as fuck, nigga. They just don't know that shit. They forget that there's some Chinese people in Jamaica and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They forget that shit. You know what I'm saying?
no
With your chinky
facts.
ass. Shit.
Erica said. Erica said we don't hate whites. We are cautious of y'all because history shows we need to be. Y'all been killing, stealing, and destroying, and what's that word?
Hold up.
But y'all been doing a lot of shit. That's what Erica says. Erica says y'all been feeding
Oh,
our
we
babies to
hold on, hold
alligators
on, hold
back
on,
in the
hold on. We
slavery
don't hate
days.
white people. We are cautious of y'all because of his. Okay, so
I
look,
blame the fashion
I like
police.
that, I like that. But let me show, like, let me do it like this, and I'm not gonna attack her. You feel me? Because I want her to still be engaged. So I'm just gonna address her.
Don't attack her, because I'm gonna attack you. If you attack her, I attack you.
Because see, I agree with the
I agree with
beginning
you,
of
Erica.
that.
I'm on your side, Erica.
As a
I'm on your side, Erica.
TK, hold on. Let's sweet because sweet is
as
addressing that.
as a mutt, like I, if you see me, my melanin tells you I'm white.
Right.
I'm a mutt.
Right.
I agree 100% with the beginning of that statement
That we
about
don't hate white people. We are cautious of y'all because of history shows we need to
yes,
be. Y'all been killing and stealing.
yes.
That last part. What? But so here's my thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you?
No, I just want to make sure, like
She agreed with the beginning. Of
yeah,
it.
like I didn't hear the full end of it, but the
Yeah.
beginning of it, I completely as
Now see,
agreed.
here's the thing. There's levels to it. And I'm gonna hit them real quick. On one end, I understand where she's coming from because, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna combine it because the way the media is set up, it's excitement, excitement, excitement. Every time you watch the news, they hit you with the top stories and they hit you with these things that show us in this light. Now, there's a responsibility in our community that we need to have. Right. And this is where I say sometimes I'm a hypocrite. You know, I joke about maybe losing my black card because I'll do one thing on one hand and then I'll say one thing on the other hand. And I'm a hypocrite about it. You feel me? And that's just the truth of it. But on one hand, on this hand, where there's a responsibility, we have to acknowledge some of the things we do to perpetuate the image that people like Erica see. Because the only reason she feels that way is because she is flooded with images of teen takeovers, shootings, beat ups, jumpings, all these types of things that we glamorize on social media, that we glamorize on television, that we glamorize in our storytelling, in the movies. You know what I'm saying? That's why we even had an episode where we are talking about the typecasting, where now the black man is either a gay man or a criminal. You feel me? And there's no images of black excellence. Even when we're talking about black excellence, they say black excellence even while we're doing fucked up shit. And that's not how it's supposed to be. So I agree that there's the image that is being tainted of what black people are and what black people can be. And you also have to get outside your bubble though. You have to know that in real life, not every black person you meet is like that. But on some real shit, There are people that not even active in street activity, and they go around acting as if they are in active street activity, and they're perpetuating the image and doing things that make people leery and cautious because of the aggressiveness of the image. So she's not completely wrong, but she is wrong if she uses that to judge other people. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
You have to judge.
and
Oh,
look. Let me
go
make
ahead.
it clear. She tried to make it clear earlier. I think some of them missed it because it's white people in here that think we racist. Yeah, I do know the girl's voice you hear on the show is white. Say what's up, D.
Hi. Yes, my
Yeah,
melanin.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
I think
she
y'all know
she
everything. Shut
has
the
some
fuck up.
she
I'm a
has some
giant
stuff in her,
butt,
but
but if you saw me, I pass as white.
she definitely passes and looks white, and that's how she
My
would be.
mother's
Yeah,
Eastern European side.
right, right. Yeah, but yeah, she's white. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
so that
She-
kills the we racist shit. So
well,
shut the
no,
fuck up.
because
Anyway,
yes, on one end we are supporting, of course, our black brother, but at the same time we're having a discussion, analyzing all of it. You feel me? All of it.
I mean, I've
I'm
heard
not going
both
to.
of you speak on both sides. Sorry. I just feel like I have to say something because I don't like that. Because I've heard both of you speak on both sides multiple times for not just race things, but also women's rights things.
Right.
I've heard you guys play both sides, and you've let me speak my mind numerous times, even though you may not agree with me on everything I say, but y'all never question or stop me from speaking. And so I just want to nip that. Like, are you two like, no,
No,
you're not.
I really appreciate that too, and I hope
nah,
that you heard that
Erica,
very.
I wasn't talking to you, Erica. I know what you're talking about, Erica. It was some racist. Y'all not seeing a lot of the racist comments because I'm not approving it. It's a
Yeah, I
lot of
can't.
racist. Some of them I'm approving, and some of them I'm not approving. So I'm
Well,
talking to you,
let,
Erica. I'm
let them
talking to
fly,
the
man.
racist
Let them
people.
fly. Let them fly.
And
Let
it
them
just
fly.
shows how ignorant they are.
Well,
Like,
well, you know what? That's it. Shows actually more so how the country really is. You feel me? Reality, perception is reality. So what you perceive this situation to be becomes your reality. If you look at it and say, no, Metcalf was murdered by this wild teen with a knife, then that's your perception. And you connect that with the imageries that you see on the news, that you see and hear in the music, that you think that every black person is like that. Like, oh, he brought a knife, he stabbed this white innocent innocent white guy who was just a great football player or whatever, right? Track star. So that becomes your reality. But we try to have a conversation where we flip both sides of the coin and analyze this thing thoroughly. Because if the young brother actually went out there and murdered, I'm not gonna sit there and justify it. I'm not gonna say that he's
Hey,
innocent.
I got. Let me answer some of these questions because they going by real fast. It's a lot of them.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Pretty Visual says he wants to know. I just want to know why they don't go back to Europe if they hate being around us so much. That's what he said. Pretty
Well,
Visual.
well, go back to Europe. They're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? They actually were here first before us, not first in the country. You know what I'm saying? Because Indians,
first.
well, you know, we all know Native Americans are the home, but as far as European people, they claim this as their home. So they're not
Did first.
okay, but they were white as well. So what I'm saying is,
Who is white? Who is white?
he said Vikings. Vikings were here first.
Christopher Columbus did not.
Right, but the Vikings came here and they actually saw the Native Americans here too. So the Native Americans were actually here first, right? So what I'm saying is Europeans ain't going back to Europe. They want us to go. Unfortunately, y'all brought us here, and this is where we at, and that's why it's going to go. So that was just a jab and some bullshit. And I fuck with you engaging, but that was a jab and some bullshit, and you know that has no relevance to anything, and nobody's going to go anywhere. The problem that we have is how to coexist without allowing the images that are being pushed to us that divide us. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, not all white people are racist. Not all black people are fucking murderers. Not all cops are fucking evil. Some cops, like if I'm not there, I can't get to TK real quick, and my mama needs help, and something's happened. Like I want her to call the police. She's a innocent person. You do what I'm saying? She ain't out there doing nothing. You feel me? I think they would protect her or help her. You understand what I'm saying? So not all cops are bad. You can't generalize across the board. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You can't generalize across the board.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pick another good question out there because there's a lot of
I
them.
see another one. It says, look, they got to prove it and make him fear for his safety, which it's apparent they did. The only reason they're going through the motions is white people's egos. That's a tree visuals.
I kind of agree with that, but hold on, can you repeat that? You said they got to prove that he was in.
Said they got to prove they didn't make him fear for his safety, which it's apparent they did. The only reason they're going through the motions is for white people's ego. That's
Okay,
what he said.
he may be right. Like there are situations, and this is where black people kind of get leery of the justice system because sometimes you're going to jail. You know that you have a defense, but they're going through the motion of the case. They're going through the motions of a trial. You feel me? To appease those that would be like, yo, they need to do a fair trial or whatever, whatever. So it could be that. It could be that they're going through the trial and they already kind of have the feeling of like, no, this dude is gonna go to jail, right? But it just depends on the evidence. For real. And there should even be forensic evidence. And forensic evidence will show something along these lines. uh was if they're trying to prove that he attacked, then they can show that from the speed of the knife thrust to how fast he was moving. If he was moving at a rapid speed towards the guy, towards Metcalf, if he was standing stagnated, like just standing there and being attacked, like somebody's coming towards him, it would show this like how the thrust, right? Because there's a different type of thrust that happens when you run up on somebody. If you run up on somebody, you coming with all that speed that you was coming with and the energy that you came with, right? You almost throw that knife like a jab.
Hey,
Then in there
this
defending
one cup
somebody,
says go back to Wakanda.
go back to Wakanda. If we go back to Wakanda, nigga, we coming back with all the Ukrainian, we fucking your ass up. That's on my mama, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, y'all could be. I love the interaction, but do not get it fucked up. Like you gonna come in here and talk crazy. All right, you know what? I just lost myself. Let me pull it back together. Look, um, God bless you, my brother. Wakanda forever, and we gonna keep it pushing.
Hey, hey, Erica, I'm about to make you a moderator, Erica, so you could kick people out. Uh, yep,
Because the world revolves.
Erica, you a
Earth
moderator. So,
77 says because the world revolves around you. I would like him to elaborate on what he means by that. Do you mean that the world revolves around black people? Like, what do you mean the world revolves around us, around you? Or maybe you're speaking. Like, can you elaborate on that? What you mean, Irv Gotti 77? Appreciate this adult conversation, Kitty Cadillac. Yo, I appreciate you for engaging with this adult conversation. Mr. Shows Cemetery. Now we can see your guilty asses. You don't know shit. Trust me. If you knew what you knew, then you'll know better than talk crazy. Irv guy, that dude fucked his life because he has hate in his heart, but at least he kept it real. I'm not sure if I understand or if I don't know. I don't know because keeping it real. There was a thing in Dave Chappelle's show where it was like, well, keeping it real goes wrong. You feel me? And that's another thing where I say about accountability in our community. You feel me? Keeping it real is a good thing, but it can be a very, very bad thing, you know? Um, and it's easier said than done in many cases. Yeah, you don't want to be a punk, but at the same time, you don't want to fuck your future, right? And even though I believe he'll be protected inside if he's found guilty, you don't want that to be your life. You feel me? You don't want that to be your life.
yeah,
So, I don't know whether to applaud that or not. I understand what you're trying to say, I think, but that's just my point on that. Go ahead, TK. Do your thing.
Hey, Kitty. Hold on, she at? Let me see. Hey, you still in here? Kitty Cadillac? Let me know if you still in here, because we need more mods to exhort the racists out.
Nah,
And
man.
but
Let
I
the
mean,
races
I can't
in.
lie.
Let the races in. Let the races in. Nah, for real. We ain't
Oh no,
running.
no, a lot of them in here, but when they get too disrespectful, they gotta go. Like the Wakanda
Nah.
shit, they got.
Well, that's your choice, man. But I think the motherfuckers should let them come in here. Let them do what they think. Because I appreciate all avenues. But here's my thing: if you're gonna come in and speak your piece, at least attempt to give me some intelligent thing up behind it. Don't just be a motherfucker that just saying what you saying because then you have no merit to your conversation. You have no merit to even your insult.
To also be able to, if you come back with logic and logistic and be able to have an actual conversation about it, right. Just throw shit out.
That's what I'm saying about like let them in. Like let's have a conversation. Conversation rules the nation. If we don't have a conversation, we ain't never gonna get nowhere. That's why I try to do both sides of the coin. That's why I try to see both sides of the coin. So we not just looking at things from one side. You know what I mean? Let's hear all sides and then decide. You did what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you pick another good one, G?
Yeah. All right, let me pick another good one. Let's pick another. Matter of fact, I'm not going back up. Y'all ask some more questions, man.
This is not a black verse. Okay, hold up. FC ZV7TC. Shout out to TC. Uh, said this is not a black versus white issue. It is a case of whether or not deadly force was justified. That is exactly it. That is exactly it. And I respect that. Huh?
Stop making everything.
But see, that shows the cloth of the country.
I know.
It automatically goes to that when it's two opposite races.
I know, and I've
You
always
feel
said
me?
hate is taught.
Hate is taught. It is absolutely taught. I was thinking to
showed
say,
you my favorite picture of, and I hate bringing baby girl and my baby girl into this. I showed you one of my very all-time favorite pictures of her at the airport. Her little black witches. They'd only spent like a few minutes together, and
right.
his mom and I are sitting there oohing and awing, like, right. These two little kids just.
Now show that to an adult white male or adult somebody who just, you know what I'm saying? And now it looks something different. Or the response may be something different. And they just forsake the love that's clearly being shown. But that's what I'm saying. It goes to the fabric of the country. You feel me? Now, that's why I applaud that statement. Because after I say this all the time, PK, life is simple. We make it complicated. After you get past all the fluff, all the whatever, your personal opinion, your demographic, your community, whatever, it boils down to just the fundamentals of the shit. And the fundamentals of it is, was it excessive force or not? Was it necessary or not? Was there precursors to this shit? I'm using all the my hook on fun is working today. You know what I'm saying? But like, was there shit that led up to this? Because those details are what cases are for.
See what sucks for those of us normal, like outside of the
Speak up more.
What sucks for those of us who are normal people outside of the courtroom is we won't know the full of anything until it's over.
Now, see, that's and like I said before, that sucks for the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't suck for him because the reason why I'm gonna say that is because since this is such a high profile case, such a racial based case, there are people taking on pro bono, and these are not like bullshit lawyers. These are motherfuckers. These are like Johnny Cochran status
Love
people.
don't fit. You
Love
must do
don't,
it.
right. These are like Johnny Cochran status motherfuckers. You feel me? So I'm sure that they're thinking and doing everything they can. I pray that they are. And not just using this for a promo shit for them, but really doing everything they can. And I know they probably won't because even if it's promo, it promotes them more to win. So they're doing everything they can to do what they got to do.
Oh, pro bono. You keep saying promo.
No, when I said pro bono, but I'm saying pro bono because some people will take pro bono case because it's so high profile. Nah, but listen what I'm saying. Oh, because it's so high profile, it becomes promo for them, and they're you know what I'm saying. Win or lose, they're attached to that case, right? But because this is such a sensitive case, a culture case, a race-based case. They want to win. They want that, and that even if it is promotion, it brings more promotion to win. So they're pulling all the guns out. So even though we can't see every step by step, I'm sure they're using every trick in the book, every piece of evidence. And the thing that I think they need to focus on is what was happening prior to. The prior history will determine what you felt you needed to do in that moment. If you, sweet, was being assaulted every day, just follow me. I know you crazy, and y'all saw her face, she was like, excuse me, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine every time you came out your house, you was being assaulted in some kind of way, verbally, physically. And physically don't have to be beat up, but like, I, right, right. But let me get to my point. So, like, at some point, let's say you wasn't you, right? Just come on, just follow me. And you're getting bumped, you're getting verbally assaulted, right? You at some point you're gonna come to a tipping point where like I'm not going through, especially like let's say you do the whole white girl thing and try to call the police and they can't do shit until something actually happens. No, for real, because they'll do that to white people too. Like until somebody actually harms you, you can do a restraining order. You can, you know what I'm saying? And if they violate the restraining order, then they can step in. That's
they harm you. Their first step is a restraining order. Hello, white girl.
okay.
Open relationship.
Oh well, that's something. Okay, all right. See, I didn't know that. Right, but what I'm saying is, typically, you look at what led up to a situation to determine the if the force was excessive or not. Right, even in an abusive relationship situation. Right, let's say you murdered your husband because he was beating the crap out of you. Right, and the gun is one gun, it's two people. He's assaulting you, you're defending yourself. You get the gun, you wrestle the gun away from him, you shoot him. Boom. They have to do forensics and do all this type of shit and go through prior history to see who was the aggressor, who to determine whether or not your force was excessive. Get your evil ass out of here. You smiling way too much. She like, murder that nigga? Pull the gun out? She all cheesing and shit. I'm like,
aggressive and he's responsible. Like, oh no, I have no way of proving that you're crazy. Not you.
okay, I got you. Right. Yeah, all right. Well, so my point is, uh, that was where the case really lies, in my opinion. That's where it really shows the meat of the thing. If we can determine that he was being bullied or had a threat or felt a need to protect himself, I think the case is over, in my opinion. I think the case is over, right? Because if I can prove that every day I run into these people, every day I see these people, and now I know that these people are going to be at my school, and I go there.
I don't mean to cut you off. You have a right to guess if the videos and the pictures of the gun and all of that are, and buried
It's
in that
legit.
part,
What
yes.
Miss
But
Erica
if
showed
it
or
is,
said?
yes, if it is a just a typical like douchebag high school, talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
Like,
no. Then that's like
like
fisticuffs, and I feel you.
that's where I say you brought when I said you brought a knife to a gunfight. Like,
Yeah.
if it's just your typical douchebag, like like I call them pufferfish
Yeah.
that talk a lot of shit
Yeah.
that are might throw some hands.
Well, here's the
But they
thing.
don't have the hood. They
Okay, well,
don't have the street.
but
They
see,
don't
now we
have
have to
the.
now you have to think, does Carmelo Anthony actually have the hood? Because he came from a middle class good family.
Mhm.
So like getting jumped, you feel me? Getting beat up is a traumatic thing for a person like that. No, but
No,
so getting jumped, like you do you understand what I'm saying, TK? You agree with what I'm saying?
I wasn't even paying attention, bro. I was reading the comments.
we were on our little rant. He tuned us
So
out.
and we're about at 50 minutes right now, but I appreciate everybody engaging, man. And I love the comments and stuff as well. And I want to go through a few more before we try to wrap this thing up. But before we wrap this thing up, I want to go around the round table real quick. With I'm gonna start with you, TK, to kind of get your ideas or your opinion of this thing overall. And then I'm gonna ask you, Miss Sweet, what's your opinion? Go ahead, TK. What is your final or overall opinion about this particular case with Carmelo Anthony?
I'm gonna give it to Kitty. Kitty, I need you to type in chat. What's your opinion
Let me get down to
overall?
the bottom of the screen.
Let us know.
Oh, those guys were
And
bigger
not
than
only Kitty. What that dude named? Was it
Irv, the Irv Gotti
Tree
77 dude.
Visual? Nah, I think that was one of the racists. Tree Visual.
You can't use deadly force because someone pushed you. See, I don't know though. See, hold on. The and this is FCCV7TC. Shout out to TC. Um, you can't use deadly force because someone pushed you. I don't know though. I don't know though, because you can get locked up because that's assault. That becomes right between battery and assault. You feel me? Because you putting hands on somebody, right? Now, let's say you in Florida. Wouldn't that fall under the guidelines of stand your ground?
No,
Would it?
stand your ground always, I think, came to if your life was in.
Oh, if it's deadly force
Yes,
being
yes,
used,
stand your ground doesn't mean I'm gonna get my ass beat.
right?
Someone kills. Like, I'm not
Right.
trying to.
No. I got you. But no, we're talking just facts.
Yes.
We're just talking facts.
That's what goes back to what I was saying earlier about the kid brought a knife to a fist fight. Yet he could have brought friends to the fist fight.
Yeah, but if you don't have friends, like what? No,
No, but he was not a nerdy kid. He was a track. He played. He was on track. He did other sports.
I didn't know that he was on track. I thought he just came to the.
No,
I thought
he was like he might not have. One of the kids, I don't know which
I
one.
think
Because
Metcalf was on.
somebody was suspended. No, they're both on track.
Okay.
But one of them, from what I'm gathering, if you listen to one side, it was one kid is suspended from the team and shouldn't have even been there. The other side saying,
yeah, vice versa and shit.
so why were they even there? Like that kind of thing. But my thing that goes, the comment about deadly force goes back to what I was saying about you brought a knife to a fist fight. You could have brought other fists if it was you were worried about
that, and that's real shit too.
Because I'm sorry, if somebody jumped me once.
Yeah, I'm bringing my squad.
I'm not coming along the next time.
But that I'll say this story. I remember in high school, and I'm gonna mention just a couple of little names and shit, but like not tell too much. But I'll say like this: outside of school, a partner of mine's pulled a gun on this nigga. Right now, the next day we're on the wall, and how we did in our school, before breakfast we'll have a cipher, right? So we're all ciphering, right? And then at the end of the cipher we're chilling, and it's about six of us, and this dude. Well, I guess it's not illegal. It's just so this dude, the courtroom, comes up, right? And this is the dude that got the gun on him. And he says one of the realest shits ever. If you're gonna pull it, use it. And he had a brick in his hoodie. And bam, this nigga. You feel me? So in that situation, he was technically wrong for the because he wasn't an imminent threat. But it came from prior history where somebody drew down on you. No, just come. I know it's tricky.
The wording, I have nothing. What you're saying is all correct. Mm-hmm. It was the wording of if you're going to pull it, because you remember I lost one of my dear friends.
I know. RIP to that, but I'm saying that's a real thing though.
That's because if you shoot,
I feel you. I'm not trying to trigger you with shit. Just stay with me and shit. You feel me? My point is that is a real thing. It's supposed to go to gun. If you really want to take it to a higher level, it goes to gun responsibility, right? Like you supposed to use that thing last resort, not first resort. You feel me? So it's not supposed to be, hey, wave as a threat. No, because the theory is really you pull it, you use it. It ain't just for show. You feel me? And TK, many times people will bluff, and that'll be their last bluff. Am I bullshitting?
Oh, I know from experience. I know from experience.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you already know. I know.
Already. Yo, if you can see this nigga, you like, yo, I love this shit. Like, yo, this nigga goddamn, hey, you need to put your goddamn good guy glasses on, nigga. You out here looking goddamn like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Where the goddamn bifocals at, nigga?
Oh shit, he all
Yeah, I did change my life around. I need to maintain that edge up.
He ain't Clark Kent
I need to keep
anymore.
up with
Yeah,
Superman.
see, that,
He
yo,
knows.
she said it just like he ain't Clark Kent no more, nigga. He got damn Superman in right now and
I
shit.
think so. She better
Yeah,
get the full.
that.
no, you
Hey,
gotta.
the next time you see me, I'm gonna have a suit and tie on with the glasses, nigga.
Oh, he pulled Justin Timberlake.
For real.
But that mean shit, that's 007 smooth, nigga. Pew, pew.
You already know it.
Hey, that's when you got them hosters under the. All right, no, you know what? We can talk about that on some bullshit another time. You know what I'm saying? uh, so look, we can talk about this in depth over and over and over again. So I wanted to sum this up so we can kind of come to a conclusion. All right. So I'm gonna start off and say I believe that it's too many details to make a really clear decision, and I'm sure that they're going over all the evidence in the courtroom. So unfortunately, like Sweet said, a lot of this stuff's gonna come out secondhand, so we don't know which way it's really gonna go. But I think if it boils down to prior history, if they had an ongoing conflict and who was the aggressor in the conflict. You see what I'm saying? These details matter. Who was the aggressor? Who who was the victim primarily? Like, you know what I mean? If that video that Miss Erica talked about, was it Erica or Kitty? One of them talked about with the guy having the guns and shit. You feel me? Talking about monkey this and all that shit, right? That's gonna go into play, right? Now they're gonna say on
Yeah.
the defense or the prosecution that just because he had these videos does not mean that he was an imminent threat. That's how they're gonna play that. Now, on the defense, I will imagine they'll say because he had these videos, because of if there were ongoing assaults, of ongoing jumpings or ongoing bullying, that he wanted to protect himself, right? And so it wouldn't be bringing a
Yeah.
gun, a knife. So I'm talking to Miss Sweet right now. It wouldn't be bringing a knife to a fist fight. It would be bringing a knife. No, it would be bringing a knife to a potential gunfight. You did what I'm saying? And that's more
Yeah.
powerful.
If her,
You feel what
if
I'm
her,
saying?
like I said, if what those videos like completely nullifies any,
Right.
and it even not necessarily nullifies the why you bring up a school event,
Yeah, it doesn't nullify
but
that, but
it kind
it
of
justifies to a degree. It gives more
if
justification
you
to
know
his
you're going to
action.
be around somebody that's posting
Right.
videos of them holding a gun.
Now, how they gonna flip it? Because while I'm listening to us talk about it, they're gonna flip it in the prosecution that then why did you go? Why did you show
It
up?
depends on which one was actually suspended.
Oh, see, there's so many details. Did you hear what she said? She was like, it depends on who was suspended, who was not supposed to
Or
be
if
there.
either one of them actually was.
Right, right. It's just so many open pockets for, and that's why, and I'm gonna say that that's why I hate when we prematurely protest, when we prematurely jump out there, because you don't know enough to choose a side. You really don't.
Yeah.
All we know is that it's a young brother and it's a white guy.
No,
We
can't.
we know that one side is saying he was bullied, one side saying he's the bully. Like we don't know enough to say
Counter each side.
you're not close enough. Right. Each side's coming out with a counter to the other opposing sides, what Sweet was saying.
Yeah.
And it's just that back and forth. And it just goes round and round. So we really need to be inside the courtroom and get this evidence. And this is what's going to happen, unfortunately. They're going to convict one way or the other or let him go. And then we'll get the information and all the evidence and we can do our own analyzation. I don't know if that's a word or not. I'm not, but we can do our own analyzing of the situation and find out whether or not they did right in our own court of public opinion. But that's my opinion right now. What do you say, brother? Hey, young brother
Make sure
and
y'all
white.
hit that.
Hold up.
Make sure
Okay,
y'all hit
young
like
brother.
button. Hit that
Who
like
the
button.
fuck, nigga? Hey, hold up. Cut. What the fuck?
White girl.
Nah, 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 nah. This nigga talking. Hold up. Bring that bitch back. Guess who this? Yeah, I want to know who this. Nigga. Nah, ain't no way to pull that shit up. Okay. It's all good. God bless it. Let's go. Go ahead, KT, TK, my fault, G.
Hold on. What you seeing? Somebody did some crazy shit?
I saw some old stupid shit, but I ain't tripping on nothing, man. Trust me. I ain't tripping on nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping on shit.
What is
You feel me?
it?
Oh, it say, all right, young brother, what is it? Okay, young brother and white guy. You feel me? But I ain't tripping on that shit. I assume I'm the white guy because of my articulation and the fact that I try to use these hooked on phonics words to make my shit sound even more deep, to make it sound more relevant, just make it sound more professional. I ain't ashamed because I read books. If you ever been locked up, nigga, that's all you got time to. Dude, they done cut the book system out in fucking most jails. So now most niggas become ignorant. When you used to go in there, that was all you had to do. Play chess, read books, and if you was blessed, you sat down with real niggas who gave you real games, so you improved your situation when you left. Real shit. Why you think most niggas get their GED or their diploma? Why they end it? But niggas don't understand that shit. They talk that sweet shit because they behind the board and they think that's how it goes. And they don't know nothing about the world. They don't know nothing about shit. They heart ain't even big enough to have this kind of conversation with a nigga on some real shit. But it's cool. God bless your life. And I'll say something more intelligent if I could, but I'll just leave it where it's at and knock on wood for you. Go ahead, T.
I'm just reading comments. We ain't your
Yeah,
boys.
yeah, yeah, read on. We don't know what side to take.
He's getting mad because he's been locked up. Who are you talking about?
Oh,
Y'all
where?
want
Where you at?
y'all want
We ain't yo boys, fam. He getting mad because he been locked up. Y'all white never fight nothing. Y'all white never fight nothing out. Y'all love guns.
Aw, you've never met me or mine.
Yeah, don't tell him about the no no no. You're good. You're the good.
No, you want to come meet me and mine?
Chill out, chill out. You're supposed to be the professional.
Hey, I don't know if they be known, but whenever you don't see my face on the camera, whenever
Uh
it's like this, it's because I'm dying laughing. I don't want to try to see how hard I'm laughing. So nobody is
huh. Funny articulate.
laughing.
Hey, shout out to Miss Kitty, man. I appreciate you for the support on that. She was like, "Don't explain your articulation of words to these dummies," and I appreciate that, Queen. No thanks. Uh, oh yeah, she that was your response. Knowing about you and yours and shit. Nah, she green, man. She no. She's a good girl. She ain't never seen that. Her family's peachy clean and all that shit. That's why she knows how to hang around with us good guys and shit. For real. God bless the life. You know what I'm saying? She makes our life even more professional.
I mean, I try to sometimes.
Right. And I appreciate you for it. You feel me? He's a murderer. He might be a murderer, but did the murder was the murder justified? He might be a murderer, but
Who's
was
a
the murder
murderer?
justified?
Who's a murderer? Who they
Curtis
talking about?
Brizzer. He's probably talking about the case. I don't know anything about no other murders other than that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Oh
get your
yeah,
ass
me
back and
neither. I
get
was trying to
laughing
see
at
what he was talking
lean
about.
back. Lean back. But nah, he might be a murderer, but was it justified? Is the question.
We'll never know anything until the case is over.
Until this all comes out, you're absolutely right.
Because I hate saying it, everybody's gonna want to pit us against each other.
But that's why I'm so blessed to have you also speak your mind and your opinion as well. You feel me? Even though I know you know both sides of the track, but you know both sides of the track, put like that, and you're not biased. You feel me? And so and that's why I said to him like, let the racists come in. Like we need to have conversation. You feel me? I've been around some motherfuckers. I used to tell people straight up, I'd rather my racism be pure. I like my racism straight to yeah, I like my shit right to the face. Don't backdoor me and be like, oh yeah, I love black people, and then you try to snake me. I hate niggas. Well, you know what? I hate some of you motherfuckers too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it.
No, you told me that when we first met, when you found out where my family's from.
You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And look where we at right now. You know God. You know what I'm saying? Now, I never get to seeing the closers off, but I'm thankful for it at the same time because y'all guys keep jumping in. What is it? Is it? It was literally a sports competition, and the kids came with a knife and stabbed the other one to death. That shows me that you haven't been listening thoroughly because I understand that. But what we're trying to find out is prior history. There has to be a domino that starts the domino effect, right? The domino effect is not started just everything falls. Something has to happen in order for the rest of the dominoes to fall. So why did you come to a track meet with a knife, right? And some people, and maybe that's you, trying to paint it as if he's just a predator. He just wanted to catch a body, but that's not the case in this situation, and we know that because we not even just the kid shit because we can't say that. I know there's some kid murder. My point is there are people that, off the evidence that we do know, that they had conflict, that they had issues, that they had things going on. We don't know the extent, we don't know the details, the step by step, but we know it wasn't just a random body. You feel me? So the only way what he's saying will be relevant is if he woke up, Carmelo woke up that day, grabbed a knife and said, "Hey, you know what? Today somebody gonna die.
Not just somebody.
A white dude gonna die." Well, no, because he didn't say this kid. He said it was literally a sports competition. He brought a knife to school and he stabbed somebody. That's all he said because that's all he wants to hear. People have selective hearing and selective amnesia.
Said that there was a beef between the two kids.
That's what I'm saying. So he's only speaking on what he's speaking, but I'm just addressing
I
that.
know.
All right.
What he's speaking on.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's all
Hey,
good.
Kitty for his track shoes.
I'm, I see that, I hear that, but I'm not gonna minimize the situation, man. Because somebody did lose their life, and whether it was a 3-inch tool or a knife, I heard it was a knife strong and big enough to kill a deer or get right now, and that was from our own personal research from our producer, right? Right, and that's something that both sides can
on something.
right. So and yeah, we
And
don't.
Tank says, I pray for soul of Carmelo and Austin. Either way, these were two children of Christ, and we should all be sad regardless what the
See,
verdict is.
that's
And
the
Erica
point.
agrees.
That's the point of having these conversations. That's why I'm saying don't block out people. Fuck it. Let them racist people come in. Let us have that dialogue. Because in the end of the day, like I say, life is simple. We make it complicated. And the simplicity of it is two young dudes' lives will be changed forever. You feel me?
Too, because
Well,
Yeah.
the one
Shout out to Erica. Shout out to Kitty.
was right there.
yeah, for sure.
But
All right, for sure. Now look, I appreciate y'all, man. We gotta wrap it up so I can do the editing and things like this, and I would love to keep this going on. But I want y'all to check out Cool Table 1.0, Cool Table 1.0 AH, which is the after hours show, and check out T the Teacher as well to catch the unedited lives that we're doing right now. And I appreciate you guys. And we'll catch all y'all cool kids at the cool table next time.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah,
Hey, and y'all hit me up and let me know what other topics y'all want to discuss and all that shit. So
for sure,
just hit
for
us up,
sure.
man. Let me know something.
For sure, for sure. Because we open to exploring all those things. So if you hit them ahead of time, that way at least we can have some time to research and check out and look at these things. And you're calling racist, though. Have you what you are saying is racist? Well, first of all, no, I'm not going to do you how people do when they be like, "Oh, well, get your spelling right." I know you got them getting angry and you typing and shit. You going fast. Let me tell you something, brother. This is not about racism right here. This is actually trying to show you how intelligent individual looks at both sides of the spectrum and try to analyze the evidence for what it is. And if you hear what I'm saying when I say life is simple, but we make it complicated, you are actually embodying the people that are making it complicated. What I'm trying to see is was there justification for the actions? And I'm speaking intelligent for niggas like you, motherfucker. You talking that thing. I'm gonna calm. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to give this shit so it can be easy to digest. So listen, the fact of the matter is, we are trying to be these people that are not afraid of the opposing
Ah,
thought or the opposing thought. We're trying to unify by being able to see both sides and make a real critical thought process analyzing the situation instead of just saying some racist shit. And then when you come back with that bullshit, then it makes a motherfucker feel some type of way because that's like me trying to wave at your ass and then you don't want to wave back. And then I'm like, I shouldn't have waved at your ass in the first place and I really could have robbed your dumb ass. But you don't even
all this person is trying to do is
get
get
it
you
right.
outside of your character.
All right, so God bless the situation, man. Look,
Which they did.
God bless the
hey,
situation.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, can you tell the show is over, y'all? Y'all can leave if y'all want. But look, hey, man, can you tell I've been improving? You know how I used to get tripped by people?
Oh,
Can you
nigga,
tell?
no, but
I've
see,
been
the
doing a
fucked
lot
up thing
better.
about you is your lab is worse than your dark. You know what I'm saying? That's like the Joker,
Yeah,
nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like whatever.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
But I've been doing good though,
that,
right?
you've been going
I,
great, nigga.
I, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Right. I've been
yeah,
trying to change my stuff. I've been told something to suck my dick at least 4 times already, but we
yeah.
professional nowadays.
Nah, real shit. Because we know where we going now, where we came from and shit. So God bless you for staying strong, doing your thing, and fuck the bullshit, and that's what it is. You feel me? And we'll talk
Yeah.
about all that other shit when I get up the goddamn live. You feel me? Because
Shout
you
out Kitty
feel like you
Cadillac.
right there.
Appreciate
I
you,
feel like you
Erica.
right there at that edge about to do some shit. So let me get you out of here before your ass do some shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you know me a little bit too well.
You know what I'm saying? All right, deuces. Catch y'all cool kids next time, man. Deuces.
All right, Kitty Cadillac. Erica, appreciate y'all, man.